Hi everyone, Mahesh here. I think it's a good time to start reviewing books on the blog. We've been reading text reviews for quite some time. Now, let me start with a series of video reviews about the books that I love reading and the movies that I love seeing. It's always a good thing to start with something auspicious, something spiritual, something which has a bit of religion and a bit of love attached to it. So I'm going to start this series with this lovely little book that I'm holding in my hand. It's called These Songs of the Mist. It's been written by Mr. Shashidhar Sharma. Mr. Shashi is a part of the Chennai Bloggers Club. This is the first in a part of a three-part series of books entitled The Monk Key. This particular book holds special significance because the year before, I had a chance to read a book called Fall Like a Rose Petal, which left a profound impact on me. This year, this particular book has left an impact that's much deeper, and it has made me think a lot. It has made me revisit the way I personally look at a lot of things in my life that have been taking place over all this while. So before I go any further into reviewing the book in detail, I would like to read out a couple of passages that hold a strong emotional connect with me. Even after having read the book quite some time back, these lines, they just do not seem to fade away from my memory. And that's what a good book is supposed to do. It's got to leave you with lines that stick to your heart, stick to your mind, and should make you think on what you're doing and why you're doing something. So without any further ado, I'll read those lines which have left profound impact on me. This particular passage is from page number 83 of the book, and the lines go as such. You cannot go on drifting forever. Everyone has a specific place in the cosmic fiber of the universe, and if you do not find it for yourself, you'll be forever traveling without knowing where you have to go. So look deep into yourself and find the reason for your being. But I have no reason to be. There's nothing left for me. No desire, no goals, no attachments. So anything is as good as another. He laughed softly and said, "Oh, that's the reason. Bhai, your monk told me to talk to you. What about your father? I've heard that he's still alive. You feel no attachment to him?" I had thought about it, Baba, but after the funeral, I felt that I gave him more pain by being there. He was deeply attached to his eldest son, and my being there was a constant reminder of his loss. So it's better this way, that he thinks I'm in Varanasi studying. By the time everyone will come to know about my running away, it will be an old story. They will search for me a few days and then give up. I hope someday I'll go back to them. It's hard to give up things that you're accustomed to, son. But then if you have nothing to do, would you mind helping me in my daily tasks? I could use some help. This particular passage holds a lot of significance. For many of us, we are lost in our daily chores. We lead a monotonous existence, chasing dreams, chasing desires, and at the end of the day, never having achieved the satisfaction of living up to one's true potential. This goes back to what I've always said: find reason, find a purpose, find your dream, find your goal, verify or realize what your passions, what your strengths are, and work towards them. Now, going back to this book has not too many characters, just a few. Ashutosh, Anishka, Vasudha, Calliope, and then Ayan, the old monk. It's based on the premise of this legend. Up north, when you go into the mountains, there is this legend of this old monk who seems to have lived forever, an immortal of sorts. He guides those who seek light, who seek deliverance, who seek redemption. And He is found by those who truly seek Him, having let go of all their ego. Now you've got to read this book, not because I'm just recommending it, because I feel this is one among those books which definitely has a huge potential to change the way you think, change the way you live. It's not your regular romantic novel, it's not your regular suspense thriller, neither is it a self-help book, neither is it a parody or comedy of sorts. It's just free flow of thoughts. It's the outpouring of one man who for over 20 years has thought about how to distill his life experiences, how to bring about the essence of the Bhagavad Gita for a generation that seems to wonder and seems to question what's the purpose, what's the reason of sticking to traditions, what's the purpose of following some rituals, what's the purpose of reading something that's been handed down orally over generations. So find answers to your questions, find answers to the questions that have been plaguing a lot of people for a lot of centuries. Find purpose, read this book. It's worth all the effort that you're going to put into it in reading it. Thanks a lot for listening to me patiently. All the best. God bless.